Testament of Naphtali. Chapter 1. The copy of the Testament of Naphtali, which he ordained at the time of his death in the 130th year of his life, when his sons were gathered together in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, while still in good health, he made them a feast of food and wine. And after he was awake in the morning, he said to them, I am dying. But they did not believe him. And as he glorified Yahweh, he grew strong and said that after yesterday's feast, he should die. Then he began to say, Hear my children, you sons of Naphtali, hear the words of your father. Bilhah gave birth to me, and because Rachel dealt craftily, and gave Bilhah in place of herself to Jacob, and she conceived and gave birth to me upon Rachel's knees, this is why my name was called Naphtali. For Rachel loved me very much, because I was born upon her lap. And when I was still young, it was customary for her to kiss me and say, May I have a brother of yours from my own womb, one just like you? And it happened that Joseph was just like me in all things, according to the prayers of Rachel. Now my mother was Bilhah, the daughter of Rotheus, who was the brother of Deborah, Rebekah's nurse. She was born on the same day that Rachel was born. And Rotheus was one of the family of Abraham, a Chaldean, God-fearing, free-born, and noble. And he was taken captive and was bought by Laban, and he gave him Eunah, his handmaid, as a wife, and she gave birth to a daughter and called her name Zilpah, after the name of the village in which she had been taken captive. And next she gave birth to Bilhah, saying, My daughter hastens after what is new, for immediately after she was born, she seized my breast and hastened to suck it. And I was swift on my feet like the deer, and my father Jacob appointed me for all messages, and as a deer did he give me his blessing. For as the potter knows the vessel, how much it is to contain, and brings clay accordingly, so also does Yahweh make the body after the likeness of the Spirit, and according to the capacity of the body does he implant the Spirit. And the one does not fall short of the other by a third part of a hair, for by weight and measure and rule was all the creation made. And as the potter knows the use of each vessel, what it is suitable for, so also does Yahweh know the body, how far it will persist in goodness and when it begins in evil. For there is no inclination or thought which Yahweh does not know, for he created every man after his own image. For as a man's strength, so also in his work. As his eye, so also in his sleep. As his soul, so also in his word, either in Yahweh's law or in Beliar's law. And as there is a division between light and darkness, between seeing and hearing, there is also a division between man, and between woman and woman. And it is not to be said that the one is like the other, either in face or mind. For God made all things good in their order, the 5 senses in the head, and he joined the neck to the head, adding to it the hair also for comfiness and glory, then the heart for understanding, the belly for excrement, and the stomach for grinding, the windpipe for taking in the breath, the liver for wrath, the gall for bitterness, the spleen for laughter, the kidneys for prudence, the muscles of the loins for power, the lungs for drawing in, the loins for strength, and so forth. So then, my children, let all your works be done in order with good intent in the fear of God, and do nothing disorderly, in scorn or out of its due season. For if you order the eye to hear, it cannot. So neither while you are in darkness can you do the works of the light. Therefore, do not be eager to corrupt your doings through covetousness, or with vain words to beguile your souls, because if you keep silence in purity of heart, you will understand how to hold fast the will of God, and to cast away the will of Beliar. The sun, moon, and stars do not change their order, so do not change the law of God in the disorderliness of your doings. The Gentiles went astray, and forsook Yahweh. They changed their order, and obeyed sticks and stones, which are spirits of deceit. But you shall not be so, my children, recognizing in the firmament in the earth, and in the sea, and in all created things, Yahweh, who made all things, that you do not become as Sodom, which changed the order of nature. In like manner the watchers also changed the order of their nature, whom Yahweh cursed at the flood, on whose account he made the earth fruitless and without inhabitants. These things I say to you, my children, for I have read in the writings of Enoch that you will also depart from Yahweh, walking according to all the lawlessness of the Gentiles, and you will do according to all the wickedness of Sodom. And Yahweh will bring captivity upon you, and there you will serve your enemies, and you will be bowed down with every affliction and tribulation, until Yahweh has consumed you all. And after you have become diminished and made few, you will return and acknowledge Yahweh your God, and he will bring you back into your land, according to his abundant mercy. And it will be that after they come into the land of their fathers, they will again forget Yahweh and become ungodly. And Yahweh will scatter them upon the face of all the earth, until the compassion of Yahweh will come, a man working righteousness and working mercy unto all of them that are afar off, and to them that are near. Chapter 2. For in the 40th year of my life, I saw a vision on the Mount of Olives, on the east of Jerusalem, that the sun and moon were standing still. And behold, Isaac, the father of my father, said to us, Run, and lay hold of them, each one according to his strength, and to him that seizes them will the sun and moon belong. And we all of us ran together, and Levi laid hold of the sun, and Judah outstripped the others and seized the moon, and they were both of them lifted up with them. And when Levi became as a son, look, and behold, a certain young man gave to him 12 branches of palm, and Judah was bright as the moon, and under their feet were 12 rays. And the two, Levi and Judah, ran and laid hold of them. And look, a bull was upon the earth, with 2 great horns, and an eagle's wings upon its back. And we wished to seize him, but could not. But Joseph came and seized him, and ascended up with him on high. And I saw, for I was there, and behold, a holy writing appeared to us, saying, Assyrians, Medes, Persians, Chaldeans, Syrians will possess in captivity the 12 tribes of Israel. And again, after 7 days, I saw our father Jacob standing by the sea of Jamnia, and we were with him. And behold, there came a ship sailing by, without sailors or pilot, and there was written upon the ship of Jacob. And our father said to us, Come, let us embark on our ship. And when we had gone aboard, there arose a vehement storm, and a mighty tempest of wind, and our father, who was holding the helm, departed from us. And we, being tossed with the tempest, were borne along over the sea, and the ship was filled with water, and was pounded by mighty waves, until it was broken up. And Joseph fled away upon a little boat, and we were all divided upon 9 planks, and Levi and Judah were together. And we were all scattered unto the ends of the earth. Then Levi, girt about with sackcloth, prayed for us all to Yahweh. And when the storm ceased, the ship reached the land as it were in peace. And look, our father came, and we all rejoiced with one accord. These 2 dreams I told to my father, and he said to me, These things must be fulfilled in their season. After that Israel has endured many things. Then my father said to me, I believe God that Joseph lives, for I always see that Yahweh has numbered him with you. And weeping, he said, Ah, my son Joseph, you live, even though I don't see you, and you don't see Jacob who begot you. Because of this, he caused me to weep by these words, and I burned in my heart to declare that Joseph had been sold, but I feared my brothers. And look, my children, I have shown to you the last times, how everything will come to pass in Israel. Therefore, you must also instruct your children to be united to Levi and to Judah, for through them salvation will arise to Israel, and in them Jacob will be blessed. For through their tribes God will appear and dwell among men on earth, to save the race of Israel, and to gather together the righteous from amongst the Gentiles. If you do good works, my children, both men and angels will bless you, and God will be glorified among the Gentiles through you, and the devil will flee from you, and the wild beasts will fear you, and Yahweh will love you, and the angels will cleave to you. As a man who has trained a child well is kept in kindly remembrance, so also for a good work there is a good remembrance before God. But he who doesn't do good works, both angels and men will curse, and God will be dishonored among the Gentiles through him, and the devil will make him as his own peculiar instrument, and every wild beast will master him, and Yahweh will hate him. For the commandments of the law are twofold, and through prudence must they be fulfilled. For there is a season for a man to embrace his wife, and a season to abstain from her for his prayers. So then, there are two commandments, and unless they be done in due order, they bring very great sin upon men. So also is it with the other commandments. Therefore, be wise in God, my children, and prudent, understanding the order of his commandments and the laws of every word, that Yahweh may love you. And when he had charged them with all of these words, he exhorted them that they should remove his bones to Hebron, and that they should bury him with his fathers. And when he had eaten and drunken with a merry heart, he covered his face and died. And his sons did according to all that Naphtali their father had commanded them.